a war going on. The books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday. A big Friday to you, August 15th. We're ready to go here with a great day of sports betting action for sure. All the way around with Major League Baseball. We've got 2 games, NFL preseason, WNBA action tonight, and it's opening night in soccer action from domestic leagues around Europe, as well as Liverpool in action today, as well as action in La Liga and in League One. So big day of action, big weekend of action kicking off in soccer here as well. And let's get to the folks in the chat right away. We don't have a lot of time to waste with such a big card. Hope it was a good day for you guys yesterday. Let's see how it went on Thursday. Cash Kane, good morning. Thank you for being here. Jimmy is here as well. Nuke is here. Hey everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Jimbo is here today, and Robert McCormick, thank you. Ready to go. Off a big one here. Great to add Nick Handy to the chat today as well. AOD. Everyone was talking about where's AOD. Was that yesterday there? And it's Nuke's birthday. Oh boy, let's celebrate it out. Nuke, happy birthday. Another trip around the sun. Many more for you, sir. Thank you for everything you're doing for me on the show here every day. And D-Money also ready to go here as well. All right. Hey, I'm going to have more action today over at winnable.com. Make sure you're checking me out with some additional plays. We got some great promos going on right now, as well as we team up with Winnable and Mikey and Jeff and I for our plays. You can use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off of my packages, and we also have a special promo right now with the NFL season coming. If you sign up right now for 6 months of my plays here using the universal code NFL25, gonna save we're going to tack on 2 extra months. That's what Mikey told me to do. So use the promo code NFL25 and you'll get 8 months for the price of 6. And it's only $60. So check that out. Basically less than $10 a month to support me here on the channel. Got a lot of you signed up for the plays, and that makes me feel really proud and keeps me coming back here every day over at the Sports Money Network. So please check it out and get the plays from me, from Mike, from Jeff, with our winnable package over here. Let's just run the commercial. That's what we'll do.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, head on over to winnable.com. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That should get you over to the site, and you can sign up there. They're also going to have a contest here at the end of the show where you can win my plays. Just make sure you comment in the chat, and you'll be eligible to win the package at the end of the show here. So appreciate it. All right, everyone. How about yesterday's action? Let's cover it real quick because after that, we got to get rolling with all the games today. And there's one game. There's Cubs action today as well. So here we go. Oh, where am I? Where am I on the screen? All right, there we are. And check out some of the results here from yesterday's action in Major League Baseball. We had a winner here on the show yesterday with Toronto. We had them over Chicago in that 2-1 victory. We also had a winner over on the Cover the Spread show there as my play was on the under with Boyd and Scherzer. Hopefully you're checking that show out. Cover the Spread here on YouTube. More picks from me every day. I'm joined by Rod Zawacki and Al Ninos, giving you some plays in Major League Baseball, so check that out. And I did it again yesterday, also on that show with the Cleveland Guardians as my top play in the 9-4 win over Miami and Eduardo. Game went way over there, and we had it yesterday here on the show. Said go over in that one. Also, a winner here on the Cover the Spread show yesterday. I swept my plays actually on the Cover the Spread show yesterday. We had the under in the Detroit and Minnesota game in Detroit's 4-3 victory. Also had a winner here on the show yesterday late with Arizona on that run line. The run lines didn't do us very well. I mean, saw the writing on the wall. I mean, I just said, why am I going all these run lines? And we lost 3 of those 4. That was terrible. But Arizona did blow out Colorado for one of those victories. All right. Also, we had a winner here on the show with Ottawa yesterday in the CFL. It was a light card, but we said take Ottawa there, and they got the cover there in that another great game in the CFL last night. I talked up Drew Brown. He got hurt. But, they were able to get it done there with their Winnipeg gets the win, of course, in that one, but Ottawa got the cover, and it did go over. That was our premium pick yesterday with Ottawa and Winnipeg over at the Winnable plays. We had the over with that game for sure. All right. Also, I had a premium pick winner over at Tony's with Jasmine Paolini over at Krichkova. More great tennis action today, starting here in just a short time in Cincinnati with those plays. Also, golf just starting to get underway right now. So, okay, let's just get into the action here. And first, let me check on who's here in the chat, who's representing, and then we'll be off and running here today. Also, let's see who we got. Everybody's telling Nuke a happy birthday there in the chat. And here's Irish King there today. Nasty Nate rooting for Nuke on his birthday. And everyone's very pleased.
Final.
All right. NYC Bar, thank you as well for stopping by. All right, let's check it out in the chat. Who are the top commenters? AOD, Nuke, of course, NYC Bar, Cash Gain, Bobby Mack in there, Nasty Nate in there, D Money, Nick Handy, Jimbo, and Irish King. Let's get straight to the action here. Let's go right to that day game between the Pirates and the Cubs. This is not Graham Ashcraft here. This is not Graham Ashcraft. Let me get the right sheet here. This is not Graham Ashcraft here for the Pirates today. In fact, this is Braxton Ashcraft coming in here in this game today. So get a look at this rookie pitcher taking on the Cubs here as he draws another start right now. The rookie right-hander gets the start here in this one in the day game in Chicago. It's his second start of the season. He did face the Reds back on August the 9th with 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits and a walk and 5 strikeouts. mostly come out of the bullpen this season for the Pirates, but it does make this start here going up against Colin Ray. For Ray, he is 9-5 with a 4.09 ERA. Ray is 14-6. The Cubs are anyway, with Ray on the mound. Ray's gone over in 12 of 19 decisions. And let's take a look at some of the numbers with these guys, and you guys get ready to go in the chat. Some of these games are going to go quickly in Major League Baseball with our relatively heavy schedule today. That includes the NFL and WNBA. All right, for the Cubs here, right now they have won 4 of their last 5 at home against the Pirates. They've beaten the Pirates in 4 of the last 5 overall. Cubs have dropped 4 of their last 6 coming into this one. 5 of the last 6 between these two have gone under here, but Ray, very solid here. Look, the Cubs should win. We know that. The Cubs are a big favorite. They're favored minus 210 here. Maybe it's a little lower, but the total is 9 flat right now in this one. I don't know. It feels like these are the games right now. The Cubs are just FAFO in a little bit here in some of these games where they're expected to win, and they kind of just go through the motions anyway. And yeah, they might win, but could they really cover a run line here? I'm not so sure. I might be taking a little Bucks action here. Let's go to the chat and see. For Pittsburgh, I mean, they are struggling, no doubt, having lost 5 of their last 6 on the road right now and 5 straight games overall. Pittsburgh's gone over in 9 of their last 13 games. And also 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Cubs have gone under here in 8 of their last 9 games overall. Let's get the plays from the chat. Here's Cubs money line for Cash Cane NYC Bar. Cubs on the run line. A lot of Cubs, of course. Here, C. James, hello there. Irish King says Ashcraft. Andrew G. here, ready to go. Cubs run line. So it's all Cubs run line so far, but I'm probably going opposite here. Maybe I'm just trying to look for attention at this point, but let's see here. You guys might talk me into it here at this point. God, everybody's on them. Robert does say under 9 here. Nuke says the Cubs need to put together a streak right now, given the current standings and where the Cubs stand. Yeah, they are comfortable, I think, in the wild card position here right now. But, yeah, I guess it could be debated here. Man, I could be switching here just because of you guys right now. Nobody wants Pittsburgh. Oh, I kind of do, though. All right, let me break it down here, see if I can do it. But I'm going to change. I think I'm going to change just because I can't see anybody. It's only 4-0 in the chat. I mean, it is a consensus play after all. It looks like in there with you guys today. Never switch. You're right, Nuke. Just go with the crew. But all right, Nuke might be right here. My instincts it's more my instincts too, a little bit. The computer's saying, my algorithm, if you will, is Pittsburgh here. So, all right, I'm going to try the Bucks here, plus a 1.5 in this one. Nuke told me never to switch, so I kind of want to trust the chat in this one. It doesn't really need a handicap here, right? I mean, the Cubs are far better. You got a rookie here dealing right now, but all right. Let's move to the evening action. I'll take Pittsburgh on the run line, and I'll go under in this one. My voice isn't doing too good today here, is it? All right. Let's continue on here with the action. Going to the night games here right now. Sonny Thompson, nice to have you in the chat today. I really appreciate it. Fernando says maybe first 5 under there in that one. Okay, let's go now. Look at who's here, Jacob Mizorowski. So look, it didn't. We said, just giving him some rest here, claiming injury a little bit. Maybe there's a little twinge in there they can chalk it up to, and he's back. Looks like today for the Brewers here, and just in time to go up against Nick Martinez and the Reds. Certainly, right now, Martinez is a pretty good option here. I mean, not a terrific starter necessarily, but for the way the Reds are going right now, you got Martinez in here with a 4.49 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, 258 batting average here. We got some steam coming in here right now. Let me report on it here. Steam to the under here with Seattle and Atlanta today in the WNBA. It was 160.5. Looks like we're going south of that number here now at maybe 159.5 or so. Steam coming in here with Seattle and Atlanta here just moments ago. Also, before we were coming on the air, I should have mentioned, or I think it was right after, that the Cubs did get steam there, but really it was just hanging out at about it had gone down to about 195 and then got pushed up back to about 215 or so, 210, 215, like we had on the screen there. Okay, let's continue on though in this one right now with Milwaukee and Cincinnati here on Friday. The Brewers are on a roll here still. No end in sight for this winning streak here that's reached a dozen games. They're hot on the road. They're hot at home. But the Reds are 4-1 in their last 5 games. Milwaukee has won 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams here in Cincinnati. And they've also won 12 of the last 16 overall. Milwaukee's gone over in 12 of their last 15 games, but Cincinnati's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games at home. And let's see how you are pinning this one here with Milwaukee right now. I don't think Mizorowski's officially been announced, but I think it's pretty obvious here that that's who's going to be pitching, and believe in this game here today. So let's see how you have this one with Milwaukee and Cincinnati here. Could the Reds possibly end this winning streak? Is today the day for the Reds? Let's see in the chat if you guys are down with that. But, oh, man, the Reds would have to get to Mizorowski to crack it here. Let's go to the chat here right now with Fernando's on his Brewers here. He likes a minus a run and a half. Hello to Mike Humphrey in the chat today. Really good to have you chatting with us, Mike. Appreciate you stopping in. Sounds like you're a viewer just getting a chance here to say hello. Thank you. Jim Deweiger also, good morning. Cash Gain says Brewers money line. And he says maybe the Reds will stop them once. Maybe the Reds will stop him once they go to Abbott here in this one. So, all right. Bobby says, what's going on? I thought it was because of the fact that Mizorowski hadn't officially been named the starter yet. I feel like that's what they're waiting on, because I feel like Martinez is definitely in there for Cincinnati. Here's Brewers run line for NYC Bar. Reds for Nuke today. He says he'll try him as a dog. Jimmy here on the Brewers. 9 Legacy says Reds here. And 9 Legacy, what's he saying? He said Reds money line. And then the Bucks in that first game. Thank you. Laker Boy said he had the Hanwha Eagles in overnight action. Here with Irish King, Cubs first 5. All right, I got to make my call here in this one. I'm going to take the over with Milwaukee and Cincinnati today. How about that? I'm going over in this one. Next up, Laker boy says, what about the tennis today? Yeah, I'm going to be on some action here for sure today. I think I'm going to be able to go with a premium package here, but we'll see, Laker boy, when we get there. Man, we got so many games to cover. Phillies are on the road taking on the Nationals. The Phillies are $1. Oh man, is this one going north here? The Phillies, are they getting steamed right now? Because I'm showing a number much higher than this right now. I'm showing some of the offshores getting close to $2 today, with Wheeler going here up against Gore, and the total is probably about I'll call it 8 under 20, but it is ticking up a little bit here, maybe to 8 in this one. So let's check it out. Let's hear from you guys. Get the plays here from the chat. Take a look at the matchup here with Philly and Washington. For Philly, they come in having won 13 of their last 20 over Washington. Washington's dropped 10 of their last 15, including 6 of their last 8 games at home. Philly's gone under in 6 straight games overall, including 5 straight unders on the road. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over when playing here in Washington, and 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Let's go to the chat right now and see what you've got. Philadelphia here on the road, laying a big number and growing, it feels like, here at this point.
Critical notice.
All right, chat, here I come. Let's hear from you and get some plays. Not much from you guys there. Phillies in a bounce-back game. NYC Bar. Cash Game says Harper, home run. Phillies, money line. Cash Game says it could be close.
Critical notice.
Man, Gore has been pretty he's getting weaker right now. Weaker, it feels like, as the season kind of approaches here, as the end of the season approaches. It feels like right now is what's happening. But still, this price continues to go up a little bit. Man, this one feels like it's tough. All right. Well, I'm going to try the under here in this one with the Phillies and the Nationals today, with Gore at home at least. Maybe he can get on track a little bit and keep this one low. Here we go with, we got a few more here. Roberts on the Phillies. First 5 run line. Nukes on the run line with the Phillies as well. Guys are solid here on that Phillies team. Okay. Next up, the Rangers are on the road, taking on the Jays. Jake DeGrom on the bump here for the Rangers. For DeGrom, he's got a 2.86 ERA, 10-5 record, 0.94 WHIP, 200 batting average against, and 239 BABIP. For the Blue Jays and Bassett, he's 11-6, 4.17 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 268 batting average against. Get some pretty good run support, it feels like. For the Rangers here, they've lost 6 of their last 7. They've dropped 6 of the last 9 games against Toronto overall. Toronto has won 6 of their last 9 right now. Texas has gone over in 11 of their last 14 on the road. 8 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here in Rogers, in the Rogers Dome here. Whatever they're calling it these days, but 5 straight meetings between the two teams have gone under, and those were all in Texas, of course. So let's see what you have in this one with Texas and Toronto today. Get the plays from the chat right now, and let's go to it. All right, here it comes. We've got Jimmy's on the Blue Jays here in this one to keep it rolling at home here against DeGrom. Why not? Laker Boy says Bucks will win this one on the road. Cash Kane says Rangers money line. DeGrom bounces back here. And Duke says, how do you make him a dog against whoever's pitching here at this point? No, DeGrom has been pretty sharp for sure. NYC bar on the Blue Jays, but Robert says got to side with DeGrom here and the Rangers. Jimmy says under here in this one. I think that's it from you guys there. All right, I'm going to keep it rolling here with, let's see, with an over here. I'm going to take the over with Texas and Toronto today. Give me the over in this one. The Marlins are on the road taking on the Red Sox. Sandy Alcantara, underdog here against Lucas Giolito. Alcantara has a 6.5 ERA coming in to this one. Been some rough sledding here for sure. I got to make a correction, you guys, real quick, if you don't mind. I'm back on that Philadelphia and Washington game. I have the just a mistake here. I'm on the over here in this one with Philadelphia and Washington. Just a typo there that I couldn't read my writing. Let me reiterate that. Philadelphia and Washington with Wheeler and Gore. I am on the over in that game. Apologies there in that one. All right. Anyway, here with Miami and Boston coming in with Giolito going up against Alcantara. Giolito here 8-2 overall. The Red Sox are 12-6 with Giolito on the mound, 3.77 ERA, 1.24 WHIP. Alcantara 6-11 right now with that monster ERA. Right, Miami's lost 5 of their last 6. They've lost 8 of their last 12 on the road. Here, man, this price right now, Boston is up to $1.65. The total has dropped here, though, at 8.5 under. Yeah, on the widely reported steam here right now with Miami and Boston. Move to the under. Let's go to the chat and see what you have. Boston's gone over in 8 of their last 9, and Miami's gone over in 8 of their last 12. So no doubt the steam has come in on the under to go down to 8.5. Maybe let me update that line a little bit, because it's certainly down to about 8.5 flat here. Got to respect the move, but these teams have been putting up some runs. Let's see what the chat thinks, though, right now in this one with Miami here up against Boston. All right, Cash Kane is on Boston money line. Oh, Trevor is on the Red Sox on the run line here. Probably the way I feel like I want to go too. Here's Cash Kane, Boston money line. Jim's on the Red Sox on the run line. NYC bar as well. I will take Boston on the run line here in this one. Robert also Boston first 5 there. All right. Thank you to the chat. Next up, we've got the Braves on the road taking on the Guardians in this one. And you've got the Guardians favored here, $1.20 right now, and the total 8.5 over 15. We're seeing this one dip here as well on more widely reported steam with Waldrop going up against Cantillo. Right now it's 8.5. Maybe over 50, 8.5 over 15. Here we go. All right, for Waldrop here, he comes in with 2 appearances, 2 wins, 1 start, 1.54 ERA. Cantillo, 7 starts, 4.11 ERA, 1.4 WHIP, 231 batting average against, 301 BABIP. Waldrop's looked good. Definitely got to see a bigger sample size with this pitcher right now, but he's done the job. Braves have actually won 5 of their last 6. They've also beaten the Guardians in 6 of the last 8 meetings. Cleveland, however, though, has won 11 of their last 14 games. They're definitely the more respected team in the standings here right now, given the fact that Cleveland is just a half a game back right now of the New York Yankees in the standings. And Atlanta, meanwhile, we know they are far back. So Cantillo's been doing a pretty good job, it feels like, in these few starts that he's had. Let's go to the chat and see what you have in this one. Braves and Guardians. Red Sox to smash says, Nasty Nate, here's under for NYC Bar. Maybe he's doing both games there. I'm not sure. I figure the Sharps are going to be on Atlanta here, and I don't know if I can go that way actually, but I'm going to take the Cleveland Guardians here to win against Atlanta. Give me the Guardians. Robert's on the Braves here though, and that's going to do it for the chat, I think, in this one. Keep it going right now. I don't know if I'm clicking with all the chat members today, but hell, it is Friday. We got some new series here starting. The Mariners are on the road with Castillo going up against Sean Manaea. Here for Castillo, 8-6 record, 3.19 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, 240 batting average against, and a 284 BABIP. For Manaea, his 5 starts so far. The Mets are 1-4 with Manaea on the mound right now. 4.33 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, 231 batting average against. For the Mariners here, they come in having won 8 of their last 10. They're pretty hot, of course. They've won 4 out of the last 5 against the Mets. The Mets have dropped 9 of their last 10 games overall. They're 1-6 at home in the last 7. Seattle's gone under in 5 straight games, or 5 of their last 7 overall, and 7 straight on the road. Let's go to the chat in this one. Got to cook here a little bit if you don't mind, but we've got Seattle on the road here against the Mets. Go to the chat. I know I missed one from the last game here. NYC Bar. No, there we go. NYC Bar does like the Mariners here in this one on the road. Cash Cane going under with these two. All right, let me see here. A few more coming up here from the chat. And Nuke says this will be a good series here right now with the Mets definitely need to get back on track here for sure. They are still ahead of the Reds by a half a game currently, and Seattle, they're also sitting pretty atop the wild card standings here currently. All right, I'm going to take the over in this one, though, with Seattle and the Mets today. Laker Boy says, take Seattle. The Mets are struggling. And Robert says, take the Mets. Mike's on the Mets as well. Orioles and Astros today with Young going here for the Orioles. Done a good job here considering his status. And for the Astros, Framber Valdez. For Young so far, look, he's getting out there and he's getting innings. I'm not here to portray him as a saving pitcher yet for the Orioles, for a great pitcher right now. He's 0-6, but 6.7 ERA. But, man, he really hasn't looked as bad as some of those numbers might indicate. Valdez, 11-5, 2.97 ERA. It's a total mismatch on paper for sure, but I like what I and I'm just talking about the process for Young. I can't sell you anything on his stats here, although it is down to about 220 or 225 here, and the total is down a whole half a run at 7.5 under at -115. The steam came in on the Astros, but the price is down I'll call it 230, but I'd say it's a discount really on the Astros. And boy, who doesn't love a good discount when you're talking about a huge favorite and trying to get involved? All right, let me go to the chat here a little bit with these two, Orioles and Houston today, with Baltimore coming in, having lost 6 of their last 8 games against Houston. Houston has won 6 of their last 9. Baltimore's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. They've also gone under in 6 of their last 8 on the road. However, Houston's gone over in 4 of their last 5 and over in 4 of their last 5 at home and over in 7 of their last 9 overall. All right, go to the chat here a little bit in this one. I think I'm just going to be on Houston with this discount here. I don't know, but it's still a huge number. But let's go to the chat here. Thank you, everybody. NYC Bar on the Houston run line. Cash Kane, Houston run line. Nuke, Astros run line. Nobody wants any part of Baltimore in this situation. Cash Kane's on the over here, and I'll just take Houston on. I will go with the masses in this one. Give me the Astros here. Next up, the Tigers and Morton are taking on the Twins and Urania in this one. For Morton, comes in with a 5.48 ERA, 7-10 record, 1.53 WHIP, 332 BABIP. For Minnesota here, I'm listing Urania, but I believe they've switched to Pierce Ole. Let me get that in there. Probably see some Urania in there, and sounds like a bullpen game here for the Twins for sure, given what we've seen from this team. Ole has 2 starts so far, 7.15 ERA. Detroit's won 4 of their last 5. They've beaten Minnesota in 4 of the last 6 meetings. Minnesota's dropped 6 of their last 9 at home and 4 of their last 6 overall. Detroit's gone over in 7 of their last 10, but have gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. Minnesota's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall coming into this one, and also 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. But Detroit road favorite here against the stumbling Twinkies. Let's see what you have here in this one. Chat with Detroit on the road. Can they just take care of business here against these guys today? Or can the Twins grab one at home? Let's see. Over here, I think, is it this game? I'm not sure there. And Sonny says the masses are on the Astros in that other game. Cash Kane says Tigers money line. Morton for his K's to go over. All right, I'm down with this here for sure. I'm just going to take the favorite here, Detroit, at $1. Hey, you know what? It's maybe down a little bit. I'll still call $1.35. Total has dropped, though, for sure. In fact, the 9.5 overs are 9.5 under. And you know what? It may have never been really 9.5 over. It's too heavy like that. So let's just call it 9.5 under. I'm not sure it was ever that high of a price. So I'm going with the Tigers here on the road. All right. And we got Duke on the Tigers as well. Let's take him on the run line for a little bit of plus money here. I think when you look at that, series overall, man, Minnesota going backwards. I know the Tigers have struggled for sure of trying to keep this straight line right now. But they are back up to 19 games over 500 after winning a couple games coming into this one. Note just in, Ronald Acuna, he's going to be probable for the game today. A little bit of an update here coming in from the High Speed Sports Wire. Acuna will play today for Atlanta. All right, next up, the White Sox and Savali taking on the Royals and Noah Cameron for Sabali here comes in with an ERA of 4.91, 3-7 record, 1.33 WHIP, 251 batting average against. White Sox are 5-10 with Sabali. For Noah Cameron, he's got a 2.52 ERA, 1.0 WHIP, 237 batting average against. In 16 starts, the Royals are 4-12 to the under with Cameron pitching. Cameron has been, I don't want to say overlooked. I think the bettors know. I think we know this guy's pretty good and going to have a pretty good career. It feels like ahead of him here, and maybe he'll deal here. But the Royals are kind of bumbling a little bit. Let's see what you guys have in the chat in this one. I'll go to the chat maybe to get the scoop here. I do have some concerns about the Royals right now. Let's see what you got in the chat. All right, under here for Sonny. This is my problem, I think, with it, Trevor. It just feels like it's, man, what is it up to here now? You know what? It's still $1.80. Maybe it's $1.70 here. 9 over 15. NYC bar, White Sox on the run line. That's kind of the direction I want to go actually in this game. I'm going to be on the White Sox here on the run line in this one. All right. Pulling for these Royals, and I'm a Cameron fan too. I'm going to take the White Sox today, Sabali, to keep them in there. All right. Next up, the Yankees are taking on the Cards here with Luis Gil. He's going up against Andre Palante, and the Yankees are favored in this one at $1.30 or so, $1.35, 9 under 15. The Yankees, look, I get it here, but hey, Cardinals, we know that they're still in this thing. They're 3.5 back here right now coming into this one. The Yankees, hey, like we said, just a half a game ahead of Cleveland. It's close. Yankees have dropped 8 of their last 12 overall, 6 of their last 7 on the road. They've dropped 7 of the last 9 games to the Cardinals overall. I got to fire up the tweet deck here. Crashed, and I want to make sure we don't miss anything. And we got to keep up on the latest from the Alaska Summit, certainly. And that is a meeting of world leaders, not a tall mountain. For the Yankees here, they've lost 5 of their last 6 on the road against the Cardinals. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but the Cardinals have gone under in 6 of their last 8 at home and 5 of their last 7 games overall. I'm gonna go to the total, I think, here in this one with New York and St. Louis here. I've got the under with these two. We keep I don't want to say belittling Palante there, but look, I don't know, he kind of keeps you in the game, doesn't he, with these Cardinals right now? 4.95 ERA, 263 batting average against. Gil, 7.27 ERA coming in. All right, a few plays from the chat here. We've got under for Sonny in that Kansas City game. Thank you right there. Hey, here's a little bit of a steam coming in the game between Baltimore and Houston. We said that total was, 8 under 15? Not anymore. Here comes the steam with Baltimore and Houston, and we're seeing that total dipping here now to 7.5, maybe even 7.5 under in Baltimore and Houston. That line is on the move right now, and that's why you're here on the morning steam. We have the steam machine here going off. It's not a fluke. It's not just something I make up looking for attention. We want you to know when the line is actually moving here. All right. Cash Cane says Gil's got those control problems too, Ramon.
Final.
Don't forget that. 12% walk rate coming in. Nuke's on the Cards here. Robert's on the Yanks. And NYC Bar likes the Yankees here. All right. Nuke says, when will Boone get fired? I don't know where Nuke, but maybe Kalshi has it. They have everything else. Stuff like that. All right, everyone, like this video and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And we only got 4 games left. I know I'm going kind of fast. I was worried because of all these games, but maybe I'm just in a good mood too. Or I hope I'm not making the picks too fast. I'm kind of wishy-washy on a couple of those back there. I said the wrong game on one. I couldn't decide on the afternoon game. That's all right. You'd think I come in here with you'd think I come in here with a whole big script ready to go, but not every game can have a pick at 10 hours before the game, and
Final.
I want to give my favorite play at the time. So sometimes I just have to wing it and say, hey, this is what we like. That's why I rely on you guys sometimes too. All right, next up, the Diamondbacks are taking on the Rockies here with Brandon Pfaadt. It's going up against Gordon for the Rockies. And, we didn't see those runs go up last night there necessarily with that 13, right? When they started, said, let's put an old 13 up there. Then it went under in a one-sided game for Arizona. For Pfaadt, 24 starts, 5 ERA, 1.34 whip, 279 batting average against, and a 315 BABIP. For Gordon, 7 starts, 8.37 ERA. He's in Colorado after all, but a 406 BABIP. How does this one's not go over today? Anyway, Arizona's won 7 of the last 8 meetings over Colorado. They're dominating right now. Colorado's just in a bad way. How do you do anything but not want to take Arizona again here? Even I can't get cute, make a funny play here on Colorado. It just seems, why would you even do it? And especially when the price is, relatively modest right now for Arizona. It is minus $1.30, but I'm going. I know I screwed up some of those run lines yesterday, but what are these Reese's cups with Oreo bites in them? I'm just seeing this for the first time on my television. This should be breaking news. Is that real life? The Oreo with the white top and the chocolate and the Oreo in the middle? All right. Sorry about that. Colorado's lost 5 straight at home. They've lost 9 of their last 11 right now. 9 of the last 13 games for Colorado have gone over. I'm going to take Arizona again. I mean, I don't know. It's just sports betting. It's just this Colorado team, look, they really are going to end up with a very scary chance of being one of the worst teams of all time right now. At 32 and 89, they're just trending ahead of the pace, I think, a little bit, but still, it's been bad. Here comes a few plays in the chat. It's going to be Cash Cane on the over, Diamondbacks money line for NY C-Bar, and says the Diamondbacks might cool off a little bit, but will they against Gordon here? Just give me Arizona. Nobody's really – these are the ones we should be kind of skipping, although Arizona, I guess they still have they have an outside chance, right? I mean, they're 4.5 back, and they've won 3 straight. So, all right, here we go. Next up, I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys to not want to put any pick in. Here's the Angels taking on the A's with UC Kikuchi on the mound here against Perkins of Oakland, who's had a couple of good starts, it feels like here. Perkins, 4.08 ERA, but a 184 batting average against and a 2.19 BABIP. For Kikuchi, 25 starts. Kikuchi is 16-8 to the over this season, and he's actually, pitched pretty well. 3.37 ERA, 261 batting average against. It gets lots of run support with those Angels. We know the Angels, they can. I think it's fair to say they can mash. I think some of the times when the Angels have faded, and they're still 3 games under 500, but last few years, I don't know if they've been in this decent range. Anyway, this Perkins is looking pretty good. For the Angels here, they've won 4 of their last 5. They've beaten the A's now in 8 straight games. A's have lost 4 of their last 5 coming in. Angels have gone over in 6 straight, but the A's have gone under in 10 of their last 15. It went. That last series here, let me see what it was. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two have gone over. So let's hear from you in this one with the A's. Angels are dominating these guys right now, no doubt about it. But Perkins has looked pretty good. Obviously, he's inexperienced, especially when it comes to comparing him to Kikuchi. So I'm going to go under in this one. I'm taking the under with the A's and the Angels today. I went before the chat here. Here's Arizona back there for Robert. Appreciate it. Here's NYC Bar on the A's. Robert's on the Angels here. Jim just went over. Yeah, I get it here. I've been on a lot of those overs. Hasn't always gone over there. I've got a little bit of a drop here in the markets going on. Wonder what's going on. Saw Warren Buffett buy those shares up of United Health today. I'm not here to give stock tips, but when the master of all masters puts a big bet in on United Health, it certainly has to be something that has to be looked at. Okay, or maybe for you Berkshire folks. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, good news and bad news in this one. And where do we want to start? Okay, for the Padres, they're in first place. This is the series of the weekend here. Maybe this is why I'm in a hurry. I wanted to get to this one. The Padres are in first place in the National League West over the Dodgers here right now by 1 game. But the bad news is Strandy Vasquez is starting in this one for the Padres. Now, look, I've been kind of a Strandy Vasquez supporter, kind of talking him up a little bit, saying, hey, you know what? They brought him in to do a job, and he's done that job. Is he Michael King, who was just put on the injured list after 1 start back? No. And that's bad news for the Padres because they were relying on King here down the stretch to be a big impact for them. And this is a little bit of a negative situation for the Padres despite all the positive news that's gone on here over the last month with San Diego. So I think that makes it a little tough. And immediately that's put the Padres way up to $1.50 or so dog. Now, have $1.80 on the $1.90 on the screen. Let's get a little bit more conservative. Call $1.80. But still, it's been a big move. I don't know about move once Vasquez was announced, but it was before like $1.30 for the Dodgers and Kershaw here. Now, interestingly, this is kind of where now I'd rather be with the Padres. Actually, is taking a bigger price even with a lesser pitcher. I feel like Padres kind of have the Dodgers what do the kids say when they're in the head nowadays? Rent free. For Kershaw, 3.14 ERA and 14 starts, 6-2 record, 1.25 WHIP, 261 batting average against. But you don't have to look any further than this series where the Padres have kind of been dominating here. Although the Dodgers have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two at home, Padres have been crushing the Dodgers when they've been at home. Padres are on a 5-game winning streak right now. They've won 7 of their last 8 on the road. Dodgers 1-4 in their last 5 games and 5-10 their last 15 at home. I got to take the Padres now at this price. I can get them at plus 1.5. Yeah, minus $1.30, I think. Let's see what that's what it looks like where it's at right now. But I'm on the Padres now. I don't know if I would have been. Probably would have been on the Padres no matter what. Give me the Padres. okay. They say, oh, it's not a homer pick. You know what? Maybe this one is, but I think it's more of a homer pick, just feeling right now a lot of this momentum Padres are carrying into this series. I'm fired up. Can't wait for tonight to watch this one. NYC bar on the Dodgers. Jim says, just take him on the money line here. Ramon Nuke says, I'll take him too. Look, like I said, hey, I call him Strandy Vasquez. Look, the guys get on base, there's no doubt, but then he gets out of it. Otani to hit a home run here. And Roberts on the over. 9 Legacy says, why not lay a run with the Padres? A game and a half with the Padres here. And Robert says it'll be an excellent series to watch. Could we see some fisticuffs here? Fernando Tatis is totally frustrated. At least he's coming on here a little bit now. But Fernando Tatis, if you've seen those videos where they show, there's a video that's about 4 minutes long of just pitch after pitch up at Tatis's noggin, at his wrists, at his behind, at his ribs. They just pitch him in. Now, it's not that maybe he is a dick or something, but that you have to pitch Fernando Tatis inside because you can't let him get comfortable at the plate. But the statistics, data that Major League Baseball runs say that nobody's had more pitches thrown at them. They don't mean at them, but like where the pitch ends up anyway. I guess it's kind of at them. But you know how the thing tracks the pitch. No one's had more pitches make a guy move, dive, or whatever than Fernando Tatis Jr. Interesting to note. Obviously one of the flashiest players. I don't think he's a hot dog. All right, nothing else from you guys. So let me put the next game up, and the baseball segment will be over already. Man, we cooked through that. Hopefully we get these right today. How about the Rays taking on the Giants here with Boyle going here for the Rays, and Landon Roop. There he is for the Giants. Roop's been solid. And he's back here now. 20 starts, 3.11 ERA, 1.43 whip, 259 batting average against for Boyle. 4 starts, 3.82 ERA. This man can throw a fastball. Boyle, I believe they said he set the record for the most 100-mile-an-hour pitches by a Rays pitcher in a game last game, was it? So 24.4% K rate, but a 12.6% walk rate. It's got to get that down, but they want to get Boyle in here into the major leagues for sure with that heater. Tampa Bay's lost 15 of their last 20 on the road, 14 of their last 20 overall, but you got a Giants team that's also in a funk. Having lost 13 of their last 14 games at home, they've lost 5 straight. Coming into this one, Tampa Bay has actually won 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. Let's see how you guys want to go with this one. Tampa Bay here on the road against the fading Giants and fading Rays too. I mean, no doubt the Rays are back to 5.5 games back right now, despite the win yesterday, and that's going to take a lot of work. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they're 5 back with that 5-game losing streak currently. All right, chat, here we go. It's going to be, it looks like an under here for Irish King. Cash Kane on the Giants. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was under for Cash Kane. Jimmy's under in this one. NYC Bar likes the Giants. There's Irish King. He liked the Cards back on the money line on that other one. He also likes the Boston Red Sox there, first 5. Lakers says Giants offense continues to struggle, so you got to go with the Rays in this one. But, Roop's been good too, I feel like here. And Damon, hello. Giants and under. Damon, thank you for being here today. All right. Well, I think I gotta go with Tampa. I want to use them as a premium, but I'm not sure about the total because I know the numbers are good. And Giants can't hit. I kind of do want to take the over though, so I'm probably just going to go with the Rays here on the show. Tampa. Let's see. The Giants are $1.25. The total 8 over 15. Now we can just leave that price up there, I guess. Houston first 5. Give me Tampa tonight. I'll take Tampa on the road against the Giants. That's going to do it for the baseball, you guys. I'm sorry if it was a fast session. I just want to make sure that I didn't leave you guys hanging here a little bit. We've got these other sports that maybe we'd like to cover here a little bit today. Let's go to the WNBA. We'll save the football for last with only 2 games here. It's still cool to have pro football tonight. First up, the Sparks are taking on the Wings. Here, the Sparks are a 5-point favorite. The total now up to 178 here in this one. Let's take a look at what we have with these 2 teams. With the Sparks here on the road, man, they've been strong here of late. Man, they're on fire, actually, still trying to push for the playoffs. And you know what? They might get there with the way Seattle has been playing right now. You almost got to favor the Sparks to get there over Seattle. It feels like Seattle's on that massive losing streak, and LA is still hot, winning 7 of their last 10 games overall. For Dallas here, Paige Beckers, if she was on a good team and a team that won games, she actually could be like an MVP candidate. It feels like she's been awesome here this season, but this is going to be a tough game, I believe, here for Beckers, even against LA. I mean, the logic here is that, look, you have an LA team that have, massive number of overs, more overs than any team in the league, and you're going against a Dallas team that definitely has very poor defense. So you got 178. Is this the high total of the season so far in the league? Did we see a 180 at all, folks, here so far this season? All right, it's Eye on Friday. It's Eye on Friday here tonight. Let's see what you guys have in this one. LA playing well for sure here. The number continues to go high at this point. Too high for me on the total for sure. I think I'm going to end up on the under here just out of principle. I'm going under 178. The first meeting was 172. LA won 93-79 as a 3-point favorite. Now, Dallas is missing Arike Ogunbowale. I believe she is going to miss this game. She is out. Yeah, she's out with a knee injury currently. Also, Cam Brink is on the injured list with an ankle on the injury report anyway. I think she will be in there. She did look frustrated at the end of the last game after looked like she did turn her. I didn't know what it was at the time, but she came off. She was limping a little bit. Sat on the bench, smiled a little bit, but showed some frustration. I think she'll make this lineup. I'm going to go under with LA and Dallas. For lack of a better handicap, every time these WNBA totals reach a new high, that's when it goes under. Now, maybe with LA and Dallas, that won't be the case, but I'm gonna try it. All right, here we go. A lot of comments from you guys maybe in this one. How about Sparks for Cash Kane and YC Bar on the Sparks? Damon is on the Sparks. Everyone is going to Spark eat up, but Nine Legacy says, Dallas can cover one here. LA's still not all that. Robert's on the Wings as well. And he'll look to the contrarian side, it feels like. Next up is the Valkyries taking on the Sky here for sure. For Schuzel here with the Valkyries. Look, they're playing well again here all of a sudden. Despite every time they get these little injuries, they just bounce back. This sign of great coaching, good depth. And like I said, I think that's what makes this team. Maybe they'll be one of these dynasty teams here a little bit. This line is pretty darn high, up to 7 here right now. But I don't know. Chicago's in such a bad way still. And They can't score. We know that. The Valkyries should be able to handle this no matter what here, even at 6.5. I kind of want to try Golden State. But let's see how you have it here. It's a pretty big line, no matter what you say. Golden State did win both meetings this year, although they did split to the number. No doubt, Chicago, big problem scoring. You know, that team total under has been such a popular play with so many people here so far this season. But man, we're down to $1. We're down to 149.5 here right now. Let me try Golden State to win again here on the road. This one might be a little bit tough to get at 7 here, but I'm going to prefer this one. I'm going to prefer Golden State here to win and cover. But I know, how about Chicago team total under? I know everybody's done that before. All right, thank you to Stop Geo here. Cash Kane on the Valkyries, and 9 Legacy says Valkyries. First half and full game. Yep, we're talking about it. And, just kind of down on Chicago's chances at this point. I think their best bet would be to try to, for lack of a better way, they need to score. That's obvious, but got to go back to that. Remember when they kind of changed their style up a little bit and they were playing a little bit more, I don't know if it was pace or the scores were higher. Sacrifice the defense a little bit. So, okay, D-Money says Golden State in the first half here. There are 5 games tonight, so we got to keep it rolling right now. The Mystics are taking on the Fever, and Indiana's favored by 8.5. Total 161.5 here in this one. And did see Shakira Austin for Washington. She's out with a leg injury here tonight. That'll affect the Mystics for sure. Now, the Fever have had their own share of injury woes here right now. Washington has been incredible, actually, especially in the second half. Man, they are almost the comeback queens. They let teams get ahead all the time. Look, we know that they're probably going to miss the playoffs. It has been a disappointing season a little bit. I don't know if the expectations were there for Washington necessarily. They had their moments, but now they're falling back a game and a half out of 8th place. Got to win, and now you're on the road and you're a big underdog. But they don't stop trying. I got to give the Mystics credit, man. They always fight hard and get some numbers, it feels like, here. And against Indiana, where the spread is still pretty high, watch out for this. Watch out for the Mystics. Now, I don't know about winning or anything like that, but all right, let's go maybe to the chat here a little bit, see what you have with Indiana and Washington today. Want to say hello to Zach Hatton in the chat. Hello, Zach. All right, Stop Geo's got the Blue Jays here. He loves the Blue Jays today. Thank you. NYC Bar likes the Fever to win this one. Pretty much a money line play for him. Cash Kane likes the Mystics in the over. Robert's on the Mystics. And Stop Geo wants to know what the finals are. And if the Wings can beat them, then the Mystics can. I know when the Wings won that game 81-80, right? I mean, you got to look into that a little bit. Fever, they just got to win the games, right? Robert says go under. I will go under. Give me the under here in this one with Washington and Indiana. I'm starting to gravitate towards some unders here in the WNBA. Now, look, anything can change because of the momentum. Sometimes, it goes kind of a league-wide thing, right? A bunch of unders come in a little bit. Maybe that's where I'm headed here with this one. A little like these totals are getting a little bit high. Okay, I'm going under. Let's go to the next one here with the Aces and the Mercury. Featured game of the night, Las Vegas. They're an underdog on the road for sure at currently 4.5, and the total 169. This one has gone up for sure. I was expecting that it might. And I don't think the move is necessarily wrong here. Let's go to the chat here in this one with the Aces taking on the Mercury here on Friday night. Ion Friday. Go to the chat, see what you guys have. Mercury right now looking great, currently in fourth place here, but they can continue to move up. They trail the Liberty by one full game. 2 games in the win column, basically, also trail Atlanta by 1.5. So they're definitely, in here for sure. You got Minnesota is the only team that has now clinched a playoff berth. They're in, and you got the 2, the 3, and the 4. And the Aces here are in 5th. They could sneak up here on the Mercury. It's an important game. They're only 1 game back, 2 games in the loss column. So let's see what you got here in this one. Las Vegas and Phoenix. I'll go to the chat today and see. Here's NYC Bar on the Aces. D Money here is on the Aces. Laker boys talking tennis here with Kalinskaya today. Where is Gorky? Here's Aces money line for Cash Cane. 9 Legacy went with Washington in the under back in that other game there. All right, for me, I'm going over here in the first half between Las Vegas and Phoenix. Give me the over in the first half. Robert likes the Aces plus the points here today. All right, one more in the WNBA tonight. We're going to look at a couple of football games here even. The Storm are taking on the Dream. Now, this game is being played in Vancouver tonight at the Rogers Arena. I think not to be confused with the Rogers Center here. But so, look, Seattle's going to be regionally the home team. They're going to have the fan support here, I believe, from the fans, of course, just across the border here. But the Dream are still favored. They're down to 2-point favorite, actually. It went up. Oops, I just deleted the graphic. What an idiot. How fast can I make the graphic back with you guys watching me? Okay, there we go. So the Dream are back down to a 2-point favorite here in this one. It was a little higher, but it's since gone back down here a little bit in this one. And like I said, this one's being played in Vancouver right now. Seattle is in a bad way. And, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Especially in the WNBA, where maybe there's some finger pointing. Maybe the Seattle doesn't have the right chemistry right now. Whatever it is not working because Seattle is on a big losing streak here. 5 games here. The Dream are on a 5-game winning streak here right now. They're hot. So can they win this one still? Like I said, neutral site game. Let me get it right, at least on the screen. I'll put versus. Like I said, Storm technically the home team, and they'll have the crowd support there for sure. But let's see what you guys have in this one. I'm going to go over in the first half here after I just talked a bunch of trash about, hey, I love these unders, but I'm going over here. Look, probably would have went over in a premium in this game, but the last game was 160.5. It ended 160. Didn't quite go over. I think the rematch will be the reason why it's going over, but the fact that the two teams just played, I don't think it becomes more of a defensive game the second time around. I think it becomes a looser game, at least given the situation with these two teams. Seattle desperate for a win right now, and let's face it, Atlanta, number 2 team here right now, hot. 6 games in a row. Sorry about that. I forgot the last one. 6 straight wins and 6 straight losses. It was 5 last game, and these two teams just played. So, all right, let's go to the chat here on our last WNBA game. And let's see here. Phoenix Mercury on the spread. Atlanta on the spread. Good morning to Ken. We're going to get to those games right now. Nuke says there's 3 games tonight. Yeah, Nuke. I got to look at that CFL game after nailing last night's game for sure. And NYC Bars were, hey, Lovable's here. And let's see here. Let's see. LA. I don't know what that says. All right. Stop Geo says, what do you think about ticket counts for the games? I actually rely on Sports Insights there for that one. Stop Geo. I think they have the most accurate for me ticket count. I think the way they do it is what works for what works for me is they use their 7 big books, and that's what I use it as a paid service. So I don't know about the trustworthiness of the others, but like I said, I am a ticket count guy over handle, right? Because one man's pittance is another man's fortune here, right? A guy who bets 20,000 on an NFL game isn't necessarily sharp. He might be a whale, but the guy who's betting, $220 a game and grinding out his profit might be the more accurate capper. Anyway, it's kind of it is dream for lovable NYC Bars on the over, and Robert likes the dream here in this one. Let's quickly go to the football, right? We're cooking here a little bit. We got the Titans and the Falcons. There's plenty of news here, right? We're going to have Cam Ward tonight in there, but Michael Penis. I mean, Michael Penix has seen that joke a million times, and now that it becomes a joke on the internet, we're all laughing, trying to make how did it get by? How did it slip by? How do we end up with that on the screen? Is someone goofing around a little bit? Why isn't someone losing their job? It's like a really dumb joke if we're making fun of it, right? But it was a good laugh anyway. I'm sure I wouldn't blame Michael Penix if he didn't laugh at it. I'm sure he's tired of it after all these years. But hey, we all love a little big Penix. See, I did it. A little big Penix energy. All right, Tennessee and Atlanta here tonight. We'll start with the NFL and try to get a little bit of focus here. Won't spend too much time on it, but no Penix tonight, but plenty of Cam Ward, plenty of Brandon Allen probably in there as well for Tennessee. Tim Boyle's not going to play, so I think we're going to see 2 quarterbacks tonight. For Atlanta, I think you get Kirk Cousins in there for a series or 2. And after that, you're getting some Ethan Stick and probably some Emory Jones in there as well. So for me, top players in this game, probably look at the for Tennessee, you got to look down to the receivers here a little bit, I would think, with Shamir Dyke in there, Ayo Manor as well. For Atlanta here, I think you got to look to Kadero Hodge, DJ Shark. They seem to have a little bit more crew in there. Casey Washington as well with touches here tonight. So anything here, NFL tonight, Tennessee and Atlanta right now. Tennessee, 3-point favorite. The total here, 37.5. We're getting up there a little bit. What's going on? These totals are getting pretty high there all of a sudden. And look, we've seen plenty of overs. We know the overs are coming in right now. Overs are the way to go. But it seems like not so fast. Come on, week 2 now. I'd almost be willing to go the other way in all the games that are seeing a 3-point inflation. It feels like, but. All right, I'm going to the chat, see what you have here. Falcons here for Nuke. NYC Bars on the Falcons. Robert's going to take the Titans here. And Lovable. D-Money's on the Falcons. Jim's on the under here. And you guys are having fun with those names there in the chat. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take the under in this one with Tennessee and Atlanta. I think we're getting to the point where overcompensation after 1 week. That's what I feel like here. All right, next up, Kansas City and Seattle. Here in this one, you've got the Chiefs getting 3 points, probably more by now, huh? Let me take a. Is it up to 4 yet? Because I have a feeling. No, 3 and 38.5 here. We've already heard from Andy Reid on what their plans here are tonight. And I don't know if they might just toss it in here a little bit. I imagine the Seahawks could probably win this game comfortably, but we'll see. No Mahomes, of course, but you have Gardner Minshew in there. Bailey Zappi will go, and also Oladukin probably get some run as well. We are expecting Darnold in there for this one. He's expected to play for sure. He says that they're going to start the game with the starters, and for the Chiefs, that really hasn't been the case right now with the no Mahomes in there and several other guys as well. Probably going to be taking it a little bit easy. It feels like here are the Chiefs in this game and missing some players here too. So look, I think some of these guys here for Seattle, this is where you're going to want to look, I think. Bobo today, maybe even MVS here, but Ricky White in there today, maybe Derike Young as well. It looks like Seahawks to me. I feel like it's almost a premium, but preseason makes it a little bit tough for the criteria. Let's see. D-Money on Seattle money line. Kelly says, good morning. Hi, Kelly. Here's Jim on the Chiefs, but Nuke is on the Seahawks, and Lovable says Seattle first half. I'm on Seattle in this one here. Like I said, I might have gone premium. Should have probably gone premium here. We know what we've seen so far in the preseason. So that's it for the NFL. We got to take a look at one game in the CFL today. Let's get to it. With the Argos taking on the Elks here in this one. And, we'll see. Both these teams could use a win, that's for sure. Elks at home right now. These are the games I'm having a little bit of trouble with in the CFL when the lesser teams are lining up against one another. You got, 2-7 Toronto, I think, 2-6 Elks coming in here. Look, Toronto could have a pretty strong game here. Coxie is out, though, I think, right? Coxie's questionable. He left that last game after he had that monster game against Winnipeg, but I think he had to leave last game. That does certainly kind of hurt here a little bit. We'll see what Fajardo does here. Arbuckle's been good, despite Toronto's defense not performing quite as well right now. Edmonton's defense, I don't think, is doing much here at all, it feels like. But I don't know if it's the best matchup. We'll see what Nuke's got in there is what I want to do, and then maybe make my call after that. Maybe I'll go not opposite, but wait for Nuke there. Getting that ESPN bulletin right now, I think, on the Michigan situation. Let's see here. We're just getting it right now. We might have to go to breaking news, actually. Let's just see how severe it is, and let's go to it right now. Breaking news coming up. All right, the NCAA COI ruling has come down, and among Michigan's punishments are Michigan will receive a significant fine, expected to be more than $20 million from loss of postseason football revenue for the next 2 seasons. Michigan coach Sharon Moore is given an additional game suspension, was expected to take place this season. The school had already imposed a proposed a self-imposed 2-game ban for this season, which they've conveniently scheduled for weeks 3 and 4. So I don't know. Maybe got a little bit of a break here with just this $20 million fine for Michigan. So that just in, a fine for Michigan, an additional suspension for more. Maybe it wasn't worth breaking news, but we knew that that news was expected to come down here today. So, all right, I'm back to the CFL here real quick, and then the show is kind of over. All right, let's go to the chat though a little bit right now, and we had Ottawa last night. That's right, Nuki. And here's over for NYC Bar. Nuke's on Edmonton. Jim's on the over here, 54.5. Nuke says go over here. Here's Brian in the chat. Good to see Brian this morning. Thanks for stopping by. Smash it, everybody. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel. And let's see, Jim, I mean, you only have to look at the avatar here. I mean, look, I mean, just it speaks about, you know. All right. Let's see what we got here. This one, I'll roll with the chat. These games are incredible right now. Give me the over tonight. Give me the over tonight with the Toronto and the Elks. All right. All right, is that it for the morning steam? Let's take a look. Both defenses are. It is interesting, though. You know, all right, I'm going to leave it at that. All the games in the CFL are pretty great right now. There's no doubt about it. And maybe the points might be worth. Maybe it'll come down to the wire again. That game last night was crazy too, right? With the kick return all the way, the long pass for Edmonton, the Nate is here. He's got the Yankees. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the show. We're going to do the drawing here momentarily. You can pick up my best plays over at winnable.com/Ramon, including probably that tennis action here as well, and soccer action today coming up. I know I've got a couple of plays there. In fact, let me give one play out here in soccer. Actually, I've penciled in. I'm going to give out here on the show to get the season started. I'm going to go with Villarreal here over new entry Oviedo, who graduated here to La Liga this season. And I'm going to go ahead and lay. I'm going to lay 1 goal. I'm going to lay 1 goal with Villarreal here today. You know, the line is pretty much 1.5. At a little bit of plus money. But I'm going to lay 1 goal here, and let me see if I can get that price for you. I almost forgot about the soccer play, so I apologize on that. Villarreal minus a goal is at minus $1.30. I want to say right now here. Having a little bit of trouble getting the book up. So if you want to lay 1.5, that might be okay too, although that's plus $1.20, so I was going to go minus 1 here. All right. Get ready for let's see here. Nate, thank you. Appreciate that. And let's go ahead and go to the drawing here right now. We'll run the commercial, come right on back, and then the show's over.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All All right, we'll go to the drawing here right now. I know you guys were talking Kalinskaya today, and that match is coming up against Iga, and I probably got to take Kalinskaya. You guys are kind of pressuring me on it. It felt like there in the chat, but why wouldn't she be able to hang here? It feels like a little bit. Iga on hard court surfaces. I mean, come on, she's a 550 favorite. She'd be lucky to win it as a 250 favorite, I would think here. All right, let's go with the drawing here right now and see what you got here. And opening day of soccer, and that got Philly Eagle Flyers' attention. Thank you, PEF. He's got Villarreal, Liverpool, Celtic first half. I think Galatasaray. I'm trying to remember. Okay, here we go. Let's do the drawing. Appreciate everybody joining me here today. Nathan, Jimmy, Damon, Ken, NYC Bar, AOD, Damon, Nuke, Robert McCormick, Philly Eagle Flyer, Andrew G, and Nuke Worker. Thank you, Nuke, for being the winner here today. You did a great job, as always, in the chat, keeping us updated and informed. Of course, Nuke, you don't even have to win the contest. I'll send my picks to Nuke any day of the week. Oh, boy, got a little technical issue down here now. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Nuke, for everything. I'll give you a month of anything here. Thank you, Nuke. Appreciate it. Who were the best chatters here today as we get on out of here? NYC Bar was the winner today. NYC Bar, good job. Cash Kane, Bobby Mack. Nuke was in there, number 4. Jimmy D was in there. D Money was in there. AOD, Andrew G, Josh, and Dine Legacy. All right, that's going to do it for the morning steam. Enjoy the soccer today as well with those 4 games. Just to recap a little bit here, Bournemouth at Liverpool. Man, Liverpool on opening, it just seems like they're always ready, aren't they? Rayo takes on Girona, and also in League One, Marseille and Rennes. Okay, yeah, that's right. Nuke won on his birthday. How about that? All right, Nuke. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Saturday. Get you ready for UFC here coming up with the guys. Will be here tomorrow for our companion stream program. You can check out First Strike right now underneath the videos. I'll spit it out. Underneath the videos tab, check out First Strike. Also, VBMMA Picks is up and available as well. All right. That's going to do it, I think, before I die here. Thanks a lot to everybody there, and catch you tomorrow. Nuke's getting birthday wishes. Everybody give those birthday wishes right now here. Let me see if I can never do the balloons. I forget how. Oh, well. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Catch you back here tomorrow. Make sure you check out Mikey's show and get the UFC shows up and ready, too. And we'll be back tomorrow previewing that UFC card as well with Duplessis and Hamzat Chimaev tomorrow. That'll do it. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.